February 20th. I am here on Catalina Island with my niece Christine with This Girl Hikes, and we are getting ready for a through hike of the Trans-Catalina Trail. We're really excited. This is one I've been thinking about for a long time, so I'm really excited to finally be doing it. And we are about 1.5 miles away from our camp for the first night. Today we just spent some time sightseeing and enjoyed an awesome lunch at Luau Larry's on the island, and now are heading to camp. There are bison on Catalina Island. I don't know if many people know that. I think it's going to be really cool to see some bison. I've backpacked around bison in Yellowstone, and here we are on a little island off of California where we will be potentially seeing bison and fox and bald eagles and lots of wildlife, I'm hoping. Already spied our first fox. There he goes. Here's a view of the other side of the island, and I believe that is San Clemente Island out there. Well, it looks like we'll be rolling into camp after dark. We did not start at the trailhead we intended to start at, which would have been only a 1.5 mile hike in. We actually started at the official terminus of the TCT by accident, but nothing's an accident, because if we had not started there, we wouldn't have officially done the whole TCT. However, it is much longer, much more elevation gain, many more miles. I'll try to catch up on a map when I can. And it looks like we'll be rolling into camp after dark. So we're just trying to book and get there as quickly as possible. We're up here on this ridge line. It's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I'll check in when we finally make it to camp. Our turnoff to camp is in view. It is gorgeous here, absolutely gorgeous. We've been able to watch the sunset from this ridge line. It is beautiful. More of these boxes, 3 more boxes. Yeah. Get you through. Yeah. For a while anyways. Good morning from Hermit Gulch Campground. This was supposed to be our starting off point yesterday, which would have been only about 1.5 mile hike in from town. So we are very close to the town of Avalon. But as you saw, we wound up starting at a different trailhead. We hadn't intended on hiking any of the TCT yesterday. However, I think we're both pretty stoked that we did. We would have wound up skipping out a whole section, which would have been a real bummer. So yesterday we wound up doing just under 10 miles and did some night hiking and arrived to camp in the dark. This is a public campground, kind of a drive-up campground since it is so close to town. There are bathrooms here, showers here, sinks here, outlets here. It's a little bit more civilized than what we would want in the backcountry. But today we'll be getting into the backcountry, and our next remaining camps will be in the backcountry. So we're pretty stoked.
We got some good weather. We do have some rain in the forecast, which was not originally in the forecast, but that's okay. I think it's going to be pretty light and basically overnight. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and finish our breakfast. I will show you on the map what we did yesterday in just a moment, and then we'll get going pretty soon.
The original plan was to start at the trailhead here outside of Avalon and go straight to the Hermit Gulch campground. However, we cut across the front side of the island, started here at Pebbly Beach, and traversed this whole East End Loop trail, then climbed back down into the Hermit Gulch campground. According to the All Trails map, we did start at the official trailhead for the Trans-Catalina Trail. We've made it to the top of the big climb, stopping here for a little snack break. That is San Clemente Island behind me. It's just so beautiful. We have amazing views of both the mainland and then also back here on the backside of the island. And we're here under this little shelter structure, which is kind of cool as well. Just a beautiful hike so far today. Good morning. It's raining. Despite the morning rain, we were excited to get day 3 underway.
After 2 10-mile days of mostly uphill, we had about an 8-mile day of mostly downhill to get to our camp at Little Harbor. We also knew we had a special treat awaiting us at Airport in the Sky.
We've made it to Airport in the Sky where we get to have a second breakfast. There is a breakfast burrito in there with my name on it. I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up, but there's a rainbow over the ocean. Look at that beautiful vision. That is our camp down below. That is home for the night. Wow, this is gorgeous. It's not a rock, it's a cow patty. Oops.
Well, is it hard enough?
A bison patty, I mean.
Well, that makes all the difference.
Home is set up for the night, and I am super stoked on this campsite, much better than last night. You do have to stay in designated campsites here. This is the Little Harbor campsite. Very beautiful. I'm watching the sun setting right now, which I will show you. It's gonna be a good night. How beautiful is the sunset? So beautiful. Majestic. We've got a bison in camp. Getting spoiled. Trash, bathrooms.
I mean, between the bobbies and Scotland and the campgrounds, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself on the PCT.
Day 4. As much as we didn't want to leave our little slice of paradise, it was time to get moving. We had only 5.3 miles to cover, but lots of climbing to get to Two Harbors.
And you can see our campsite from here. Not sure if you can see the trail, but it is heading straight up that peak in front of me. It's a decent climb there. You might notice what looks like a little sailboat down there, and that is Cat Harbor. So that is the other side of Two Harbors, on the other side of the isthmus, and that's where we're headed. I'm pretty sure the bulk of our climb is done. I do see some rollers ahead of me, but I think it's pretty much downhill from here on out, and I thought it'd be a great time to have a snack. On this trip, Christine and I are hiking our own hikes, and I think that's pretty cool because I'm curious to see what shots she captures as opposed to what I capture. Getting my first view of Two Harbors. That's where I'm headed, not too much further to go. A little over a mile. If you're wondering why there are bison on Catalina Island, they were brought here for a silent film back in the day, and the film never was released, but they went ahead and left the bison here. I think there were 13 at the time, and they've since populated. So hence you have bison on the ocean, on an island, which is very cool, and it has become quite a tourist attraction. This is the elevation profile of the trip.
We were camped here this morning and we climbed over this ridge and now we are here. Tomorrow we've got this climb, it's about 1,800 feet, and we will be camping there. Just to show you what we've done since I last showed you the map, we were camped here on the first night and we made our way up to Blackjack Campground for our second night. And from there, we went down to Little Harbor. And then today, we hiked from Little Harbor here to the Isthmus Cove, 2 harbors. And then tomorrow, we will be hiking this portion of the trail over to Parsons Landing. And then for the last official day of the trip, we will make our way back here to 2 harbors where we will spend the night and take the boat out the following morning back to the mainland. Good morning. It is day 5, a beautiful sunny day, and I have hit the trail. Christine and I have split up today. She's going to be taking the front side of the island to Parsons Landing, and I'm going to be taking the back side. That means today is going to be the biggest climb of the trip. I have about 1,800 feet to climb today, and that's why I took this side. This was our original plan, and I really wanted to get the big climb out of the way before the last day of the trip. I want to kind of ease into town tomorrow, and I also hear the stretch from Parsons Landing to 2 harbors is the most beautiful stretch, so I wanted to save the best for last. And you'll have to watch Christine's video to see why she decided to take the front side.
Looks like I'll be making my way to that saddle. It's definitely a steep climb with no switchbacks. Now begins my descent into Parsons Landing. All Trails refers to this section of the trail as treacherous, with lots of loose gravel, very steep, and potential for falling. So I will be putting away my camera, and I will see you on the beach.
I made it. Yeehaw! Wow, gorgeous. How stunning is this, camping right on the beach? This definitely feels the most remote as well. Just gorgeous. So this is freaking awesome and a great way to spend our last night here. I'm glad that I got that brutal hike out of the way today. I am also glad that I put my camera away. There wasn't a whole lot to see, and there were definitely some very, very steep sections of loose rock. I did not fall. However, I'm not afraid to admit that I did sit on my bum purposely and slide it down about 15 feet on one of the really, really steep drops. And yeah, this is gonna be home for the night, for the last official night on the trail.
camp is all set up. It is windy and a little chilly out. Absolutely beautiful here. Just been kind of relaxing, laying in my tent, getting out of the elements a little bit. I did want to mention that the trails are a little bit different here in that they don't have switchbacks. A lot of them don't. Most of them are like Forest Service roads or just service roads, and they go essentially straight up. So it's a pretty steep incline. Also, we did find out that they have just recently updated the route for the Trans-Catalina Trail, and it no longer includes that East End Loop Trail, which is what we did on the very first day. So we had one of the guides here tell us that we went old school, and that's good. That's fine with me. I'd like to do the old version of the trail, but All Trails has not updated the app yet, so they do need to do that. Anyhow, it's just been a relaxing afternoon. Enjoying this beautiful spot. It's almost dinner time, and I'm looking forward to that.
Good morning. It's day 6, the final day.
Well, I've made it back to Two Harbors, and that means I have completed the Trans-Catalina Trail. It was a fantastic trip, a little strenuous at times, but we had beautiful weather, awesome little campsites, and definitely different from a lot of other backpacking trips I've done. There are many variations you can do if you're not interested in doing the whole trail that you can look into. Anyhow, I think it's time to meet up with Christine for a burger. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.